Hello, and hope you're doing really well today. Today's video, I'll be honest, I'm just gonna, it's one of those warnings when somebody says they're gonna be transparent, then, it's probably gonna be emotional. I'm just saying, I might cry. I'm already at that edge. I've been at that edge since yesterday as this idea about what I wanted to talk with you all about this week came to the surface. So, my name is Tracy Brown. I'm a somatic nutrition dietitian and a tuning specialist. Good morning, Jill. And I don't know if Jill, if you caught that, but I'm probably going to be emotional today. I have been since this topic has come up over the weekend, when I took some time in quiet about, what is needed to be shared. So here it is. I know this time of year is hard for so many of us, and some of us don't love this time of year. It's always, I think for some of us, it's also a mixed bag, right? Like missing things, either people or things that never came to fruition because of maybe food and diet and body concerns. Maybe it isn't all that holly and jolly for a lot of people. And for some people it is, and you're able to be more grateful for that. So it's definitely, this time of year is a good exercise in understanding that life is mixed and it's messy. And sometimes, because that can feel so confusing and so much, we want to go back to what feels like a prickly fur coat on a hot summer day at the beach. That would be the disordered eating stuff. And so today I want to talk more about, can we acknowledge that maybe things are hard right now? Or maybe it's a mixed bag of like gratefulness and connection that maybe it hasn't always been there for you, but it's here now. And can we hang on to that while at the same time feeling conflict about other things, and not let that bigness of all that pull you back into food and desires to go back on a diet because of all, it's just so interesting, like it's so emotional right now. And this is when diet culture is at its loudest and its biggest. It doesn't seem like a coincidence to me whatsoever. It seems very engineered. But anyway, I want us to think about, what is it you're not risking to maybe have more freedom or to go to the next step? Okay, and this is where I'm feeling a little emotional, is that, I've had some people reach out to me, not necessarily my clients or anything, just some people reach out people are saying that all I need to do is just eat less food. Just eat less food and you'll be fine. When really what people need is support. I've had some people reach out to me, is like, people just tell me if I just eat some food and eat the right foods, then, I can get to where I need to get with my weight and I'll just be fine. You don't really need to go to treatment. You don't really need that much help. And I told somebody yesterday that if I would have waited 1 or 2 more weeks, I wouldn't be here when I was told that 23 years ago. It was December 21st, 1996. I admitted myself, because I knew that I couldn't do the food stuff by myself. I was trying to eat more normally. And I admitted myself to a place that wasn't all that helpful, but it did save my life. And when I say not that helpful, it's one of those things that we treat eating disorders, but they just do everything and not everything that well. So I'm just being real with it. But I'm so grateful I went. I am so grateful that I did it and not wanting to do anything that I was supposed to do. And I did it anyway, because sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes the things that we know we need to do, we don't want to do. I didn't want to fully let go of my eating disorder, but I also didn't want to die. And I also didn't want to spend, even if it didn't physically kill me, I did not want this to be the thing that I woke up fighting every single day for the rest of my life. And I had people in my life that I saw that they didn't do the work. And here they are at 70, 80, 90, still worried about their body. I don't want that to be me. And so I did a lot of things very scared, and a lot of things dragging my feet. And I'm just sharing that with you. If you're hearing in your life right now that all you need to do is just eat healthy and move your body and then you won't have body image issues. Don't listen to that. If somebody's telling you that's not that bad, you don't really need to like any kind of treatment. You don't need to see a therapist or a dietitian. If you're hearing that, but nobody's offering anything better for you, you need to do the opposite and do the things that people won't agree with. Get help, get treatment, do what you need to do to get there. If you gotta borrow money, sell stuff, whatever you gotta do, time in life is just too precious and very short, and you don't even have to not be scared. You don't even have to be gung-ho. You don't have to even want to fully do it. That's okay. So what else are we risking to have more freedom? For me, it was like gaining weight. I don't want to do it. Who wants to do it? Who wants to gain weight in a fat-phobic culture? Nobody. Nobody wants to risk either losing their privilege or being in a stigmatized group. Nobody. But I was willing to risk it. And I want you to be really willing to risk it too. And did I recover in a privileged bodies culture? Yes. I didn't know that was going to happen. And I was so lucky that my first experiences in recover were from people that would call that out on me as fast as you can imagine, around like, you fearing fatness, is really offensive to me in a bigger body because I have to live this way and you're afraid of this. And I'm so glad they were so transparent. I was so glad because that made me realize that like the eating disorder made me be somebody I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be fat. I didn't want to be fat phobic. I didn't want to be judgmental. I didn't want to fear a body size, regardless of where you end up being. And so that was one of my fears that I had to push through, is like the worst thing that would happen is that I was gain weight. That's not the worst thing that will happen. If you're in a larger body, and I'm speaking from people that I've worked with, that I know personally, is that there are other things in their lives that are worse than having a larger body or being large. There are other things that they're contending with, and their body size has nothing to do with that. And so, and those are their words, not mine. And so I don't claim to speak for other people and what other people should do or not do with their bodies. I'm just saying is that I want us to get really clear about those fears, and are those the worst things? And are those the things that are actually holding you back from the freedom that you want to have? And so I guess what else is holding us back? What's the fear? Of what people think, of being alone, of not having this friend that maybe we've had for a really long time. But I want to tell you, you're not your food rules, you're not your body size, you're not your fitness level, you're not your routines, you're not even your own neuro programming. That can be changed. It's a blessing and a miracle that like, oh, we can slow down and start to notice sensations in our bodies, and we don't have to claim to be these stressed out people for the rest of our lives. We can actually have some contentment and some peace. It is possible. It just takes being willing to, like, anytime you catch, I feel fat. Anytime you catch, oh my gosh, I've got to like do the thing. Anytime we catch ourselves kind of drifting off and getting lost in things that, you're comfortable, but don't feel enlivened or feel like even ourselves, it's always an opportunity. We can't really mess this process up. We just get more and more chances and opportunities to have different choices. That's all. And you don't even have to be perfect. You don't even have to make perfect recovery choices in a full day, all day long, to be making progress. I didn't cry through this video. I thought I would, because I was crying yesterday about it. Just about remembering like all those really fearful things that I've done. And I recognized like I didn't even have to be fully on board with it. It was just more about what's the next right thing. And I recognized that nobody's going to care as much about these choices. We can have all the support in the world And I care deeply about everything my clients think about themselves around. But at the end of the day, when you slow down for yourself and you get really afraid and really clear about like what's revving me up, what's making me want to fight, what's shutting me down, when we get really clear about those things and we see how they are impacting our food, we start to recognize that it's about so much more than the food or the size of our bodies. And it helps us then see, oh, well, I want to make choices from peace and from hope and from kind of being an overcomer of fear. That's what I want to do. And that will actually lead you to make the choices that were so hard to do when we were in diet culture. Like I'm going to use air quotes. When I say healthy, all I mean is like I eat the most attuned that I ever have in like my whole entire life, because of making choices based on what my body needs me to do, from like a head and a heart and a gut place. Because all of that wants to help us heal. And diet culture always just runs on fight or flight energy. That's all that system is about, to get you feeling like you can screw it up and that the stakes are high, that if you don't do it right, something bad's going to happen to you. But the truth is, the real tragedy is actually making choices from that place, because our bodies will give us all the information we need if we start to build some relationship with it. So thank you all so much for watching live. I'm going to be actually doing videos this holiday week, just because a lot of stuff like this is coming up that it's feeling like needs to be said. So December 25th, I probably won't have a live video that day, but I might pop in for a little texting thing. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm going to let that flow. I'm going to let that flow. I do have something that I'm going to, like a little extra bonus video for tomorrow. I'll share the topic with you tomorrow morning, so be looking out for little alerts about that. And yeah, I'll be around this week, kind of like just providing support, because I know it's a hard week. So please, if you have something you want me to discuss, message me, comment below, share this video with people who, especially people who are feeling like that they're not sick enough, or they're not struggling enough to have the support they need. Please especially share this video with them. All right, because we all deserve support and care, and just believing that if we're struggling, that it's real. And sometimes we can't willpower ourselves out of it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.